You are now entering the Queen's Quarter. We are powerful, strong, and rulers in our own right. There's a queen in you. There's a queen in me. Every woman is a queen.
Hello and welcome back to Queen's Quarters, and thank you to our new viewers that are just now tuning in. We are excited for another show. We are women that come together from all life experiences and all age groups, coming to share in our experiences and share with you. So let's get into it. We're going to have our roll call first. I am Queen Shay and I am representing the Dove Club.
I am Queen Nye and I'm representing the Early 30s Club.
Lady B, and I'm representing the late 30s.
And I'm representing 40 Club.
Hey everyone, I'm Queen Tens representing the 40s Club.
Hi, I'm Queen Ty. I represent the 50s Club.
Hi, and I'm Queen T, representing the 50s Club.
Hi, I'm Queen Emma, and I represent the 60s Club.
Now it is tea time with Queen T. It is nothing more that I love to do but to have a cup of tea, especially when it has health benefits. So today we're going to have elderberry tea with cinnamon sticks. And some of the benefits of that tea is that it lowers your blood sugar. It stimulates your glucose metabolism. It helps fight bacteria, but most importantly, it boosts your immune system, which may decrease the length and severity of colds and flu. And I would like to give a shout out to Miss Deanna Hand's Lighthouse Production for making these wonderful mugs for us, fit for queens. And we just want to give you a shout out. Now, thank you guys. Enjoy your tea. And let's see what's going on in Queen Quarters today.
Hi, this is a month of February and we're highlighting Black History Month. We're going to highlight Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is an American politician and an attorney who served as a United States Senator from California from 2017 to 2021. She is now the 49th Vice President of the United States. She is the United States' first female and the highest ranking female elected official in the United States history. And she is also African American and an Asian American. She is our VP, our very own Vice President.
First female. Woo!
Yes.
So guys, as I mentioned before, this is our very special Valentine's Day episode. So we are going to talk about what Valentine's Day looks like for us. What do we expect as single women, women in relationships? What does Valentine's Day look like to you guys?
Well,
who want to take the reign on this one?
Yes, I'll start. Valentine's, I can say I'm probably the only panelist or the only queen here who has been married. I am divorced. So I'll give it to you in two aspects. When I was married, Valentine's Day was just another day to be quite honest. We did dinner, either I cooked or he cooked, and we just literally spent time together. I think that was the biggest thing for us because I think I was teaching around that time, and he's a musician, so he was really always kind of out with the church playing and things like that. And we had small ones, like I had two boys and they both were like, very tiny, back to back. So, we had to work around a lot of things. We had to work around a lot of stuff. So for us, I guess just kind of putting the boys down and having that time to kind of just be with one another was important for us. So that's kind of like what we emphasized on. It wasn't so much about gifts, and he had to come in with these big flower arrangements and all of that stuff, because I'm not really off that too much. So that was that. But then I'm newly in a relationship. I'm seriously dating, and this honestly, we were actually in the beginning phases last Valentine's Day, because my birthday is February 16th, so I always get double the pleasure, so he actually took me to a concert last February. We went to the city, we went to a concert. This is pre-pandemic. It was crowds, everybody. So we went to a nice restaurant. Then we did the concert. So that was good. But this will be our first Valentine's Day together as officially dating. And so I'm looking forward to it. My birthday is there too. So like I said, he got two things to do. So I'm excited about it. I'm gonna give him, I'm gonna have my little gift and stuff for him too. You know what I'm saying? As this being our first Valentine's, but I can honestly say I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
So Queen Tan, I have a question for you. I have a good question for you. So when you were in a relationship and you were married, it was more important. It wasn't really about the gift giving. It was about time and not gift giving. What's the difference?
I don't know. I think we were kind of young in marriage. Like I got married about 24, 25. So when we got married, I guess at that time for me, being that we had two babies, like I would say in the dating phase of our relationship, he brought the flowers, we did the dinner, took me out to dinner and all of that. But in the midst of our marriage, like the heart of it all, because we was married for a good solid 7 years, so I can honestly say like it did have its different moments. So in the beginning, he did the flowers, we did the gifts. But then once we got in family mode and children and things like that, I think the most important for us was quality time, because as you went along in the marriage, different things started taking importance. So for us, it was just we got to get back to ourselves and prioritize our, and then just build and spend time and talk. The conversation was, did you get the Pampers? Did you get this? Did you get, so it was
Yeah.
just different. It was different. So I can honestly say different phases of the relationship, the Valentine's Day set on a different course throughout the different phases.
Well, I tell you one thing. I've been out of relationship for a few years now. And coming out that relationship and going into like February, when February 14th rolled around, it bothered me. It bothered me. It bothered me to see the flowers and everything. People on the corner selling their little stuff, and I'm like, I can't wait for this during day pass. And I am so tired of seeing this stuff. So I mean, yeah, it could be a bother, but as time went on, I'm like, it's just another day. It is what it is. I don't have nobody. And then you know what? I can buy myself some. I can treat myself to a little massage. I can go to dinner and treat myself nice. So other than that, I'm not beat. I'm not bothered. I'm good. I'm good where I'm at now in life.
Queen Ty, I could definitely relate to you, because when I was younger, and you didn't want to see, you saw people holding hands and people together. And the crazy part about it, because I come from the hood. I don't know about y'all, but I come from the hood. And usually it wasn't her man anyway, but she just happened to have that day. But at the end, you still felt some kind of way because you didn't have a boo per se. But for me, I'm also in my 50s, and I'm not dating right now. I don't really celebrate any holidays, so it's like no big deal for me anymore. Like if it's a day of rest, I'm good with that because I work so much. I enjoy a good day of rest. And if they give me a holiday or if I got the day off, I'm taking that day to rest. But I don't miss it. I don't miss the gift giving. I just believe that if you're in a relationship, that person should appreciate you all the time. And you should show that person that you appreciate them as well. So it's a two-way street. I don't feel like only the guys should buy the gift or only the girls, should buy the gifts for the guys. I just feel like it's a two-way street, and you should show me that you love me all the time. Whenever. It shouldn't have to be a holiday for you to buy me flowers or give me candy or say let's go to dinner or whatever it is. We can do it anytime.
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, I'm young, so there wasn't a whole bunch of Valentine's days where I would take it seriously or I had a date or a boyfriend or anything like that. In high school, they would give everybody the bears and the roses, and I would feel cute with all my bears and my roses coming to the cafeteria like, look what all the boys sent me. But I mean, I'm not at a stage where I have a serious boyfriend or anything like that. So there's not a huge emphasis on Valentine's Day, but I do have a good guy friend that I do go out with on Valentine's Day. We've kind of made that a tradition. So
that's cute.
There goes Jackie.
That's cute.
Yeah, last Valentine's Day we went out and it was cold, freezing, but we went out and we had a good time. Spent hours just talking, and we split the bill, as friends do. But he's a gentleman, so sometimes he pays. So maybe this Valentine's Day will be a little different. But I just see it as a day to go out. If everybody else is going out, I don't put an emphasis on having a boyfriend to go out. But even if I was to go with my other friends, I would just go out, get cute, spend some money, eat some good food, and just spend quality time. That's my favorite thing to do, is spend quality time. So if that's all it is, that's good with me. Doc, what does Valentine's Day look like to you?
Quiet, go to work, just another day. I believe it's on a Sunday, so I'll be at church. Praise God, y'all. I'll be loving on Jesus.
Amen.
All right, that's cute.
No, but in all honesty, holidays is just another day to me. I used to go hard for holidays, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and things like that, but I don't do it anymore because ever since my mom passed, holidays is just another day to me. So right now, pretty much nothing. I didn't get to that point where I go so hard anymore. I just be trying to make it through the day. So so Valentine's Day, thank God it's on a Sunday. So I'll be in church in the morning, and in the afternoon, I'll be home. Unless somebody say a girlfriend or something like that, like let's go do something, that's fine. But it's COVID, so this year you're going to be home for Valentine's Day. So it's just another day to me.
But let me ask you something, Jock. The reason why you feel that way, is it because something? You was disappointed, you don't want to just bring yourself up to be disappointed again.
Right. I don't want to, you put yourself out there and you go so hard and you don't get the same return. That's another reason why. So I stopped. I mean, you don't care about the holidays, so why should I? So I see you when I see you, talk to you when I talk to you. I mean, but I don't set myself up to be disappointed. So if you decide, okay, let's go, but I won't have no gift for you or nothing in return. Right now, maybe I'll go, next day it'll be 50% off. Have a little cheap gift.
But she said 50% off. Did I hear 50% off?
A whole 50.
Everything goes well the next day.
That's actually not a bad idea. Why we can't just say, hey, listen, let's celebrate the day after? Because listen, everything is cheaper. Why not?
I have a question about that.
What's
I have a question. isn't it offensive when someone celebrates you the day before Valentine's Day or the day after, because that's like side chicking? Never mind. That's just how I feel.
I mean, it could
Yeah.
probably be, it could be, but what if you guys agree to do it that way? Because you're saving money. What's wrong with being thrifty? Hello?
Because I just want to celebrate on the day that the lovers are celebrating. I want to be out and about and see what everybody's looking like. Look at all the cute outfits in the PDA, you know? The day after is kind of just like, all right, that's
Not
cute.
Valentine's Day.
Right. That's like celebrating your birthday the day after. It'd be like, okay, all right. It's cute. It's still cute.
It's
But it's
crowded
not.
on Valentine's Day, so you gotta be creative.
That's true. That's just
So
on the day, though.
My question is, Tansy, Queen Tans, what is Valentine's Day going to look like for you, being that it's the pandemic and it's your first one? So what are y'all planning on doing? What are you planning on doing? You don't know what he's going to do, but what are you planning on doing?
I really don't know, because he already kind of told me that he has a surprise for me. So all I'm doing and what I plan on doing is making sure I have whatever gift I need to have for him during that time, because once I said he's celebrating both my birthday and Valentine's Day. So all I know is I know he spoke something about dinner, specifically on the day, and then that following week something special. And that's all I know. I don't know like too much, but I know for some restaurants you can dine in. You just, they social distancing and you got your mask on, and so you got to eat and all that good stuff. You also, it's freezing outside, so ain't nobody walking out nowhere. But I'm sure it's going to be some dinner involved somewhere, a little gift exchange, and then the rest, he planned something. So I don't know. I'm just being there, showing up.
And I think that's a good question for the whole panel. What can you do on Valentine's Day? During the pandemic, what can you do?
Right.
Well, girl, one monkey don't stop no show.
Do anybody have any creative ideas?
One monkey don't stop no show for me. COVID is a big monkey. It's an 8. But you just gotta practice social distancing. I've been out many a times to restaurants and things of that nature, to the ones are safe and are following the rules. So I'm still gonna put my cute little outfit on, put my mask on, we're gonna rock with it.
Okay.
I have a very special guy friend, my good friend, that we go out.
Good.
We spend time together. So not my boyfriend, but we kind of made it a tradition to go out on Valentine's Day. So it's gonna be the same vibe. We're gonna go out and eat and have a good time.
But it's not the same vibe because restaurants are decreasing in number. So you might not even get if you don't start now, you might not even get a reservation or something.
That's true.
Oh, I'm very much a planner. It's already in the works. Don't even worry about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I have a question for Queen Shay. What are you gonna do when one of you guys are in a relationship? How is that gonna work out?
Oh God! Oh God!
I knew it was coming.
Come on.
Nigga.
Come on.
One of the best things about our relationship is that we have such a clear understanding of each other, whether anybody else understands it, because a lot of people don't. They'd be like, girl, why don't you just date him? Queen Jock being one of them. And I'd be like, girl, okay, we understand that right now we are friends, and our basis and our foundation is always going to be friendship. And it never got complicated. It never got, oh, you got a girlfriend, you got feelings for this person, or people pressuring us to get together, so we might as well. It was never any of that. We march to the beat of our own drum. And so that is always going to be our foundation, whether we decide to take it further later down the line or not. But, young men, they love to just experience life before they get into serious relationships. And he is one of those people. And in that time, they they grow and they mature, and men need that time. So child, take all the time you need. And if
They
the
seem
future
like they like
says
that at an older age. So
hello.
yeah.
So, you know, if the future says that we should be together and God says that is so, then it'll be so. But, you know, I just really value and appreciate the organic friendship that I found in him. It's been over 10 years and we still going strong. So
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's a great idea for single women. Maybe if you have a friend that you can go out with and have shared dinner with whatever, or even a girlfriend that's single and she said, hey, let's go get a spa, do a spa date or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great idea.
right. Yeah, any kind of friend that you spend Valentine's Day with, it'll still be just as special as you want it to be, as long as, you know, your love languages are very important, no matter who, you know, deals with them. You know, quality time and gifts and all that stuff that could come from anybody and be just as special. So, you know, Valentine's Day doesn't have to be for the lovers.
Let me ask you something, ladies. What would you say to someone that not in a relationship and you know, this time of the year come around and they kind of feel depressed, or, you know, because they don't have anyone? So what would you say to them?
Can I go first? Because I was going to say these answers are cute. These answers are real cute. But listen, for years, I was in a funk on Valentine's Day. My feelings was hurt, depressed. I love love, and I love to see it. I celebrate everybody. I don't hate or anything like that. But I am, hopeless romantic. I love the idea of it. I love to see it. I love when it's healthy. But child, it was something about Valentine's Day. I'd be like, it was like the end of the world for me, because that's all you see. And again, that with time and maturity and growth, and then learning to just love on what and who was the most important. Like now I don't even look at it as a day for couples. Like I love on my mom, I love on my son. Like I'll take myself out, like, girl, you bomb, you ain't got nobody, but go ahead, get dressed up, go to my favorite restaurant, whatever. So it took time for me, but to answer your question, Ty, for years I was like, it's February. It was the most depressing time. And again, like, I'm glad you brought that up, because I know people watch it like, oh, that's nice. But it's somebody out there that's probably in a space where I used to be.
Absolutely.
So I encourage you, girl, if you out there, or King, if you out there, love on you.
Love on you.
That's the truth.
Your favorite song.
I agree.
That's the truth. And but you know what, we talked about that, and I you know, Queen Ty and I talked about that around this time of the year. You didn't even want to see people holding hands. You was like, humbug. Yeah, we got that. But like now I'm at a place now. I'm like, you know what? I love crabs. So I'm like, girl, go get you some snow crab legs, make a nice steak, get her something good to drink, something that I like to drink, like an iced tea or whatever. And I'm just good. And I just enjoy myself. Don't call me. Don't nobody interrupt my meal. And I just enjoy myself. So, you know, I'm comfortable in my space, but I understand when you're not in a relationship and you're not there yet. I get it.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta,
but I think
we gotta remember not to let these man-made holidays validate us.
Right, that
because
too.
I don't have anybody.
But that's what society does.
And it's man-made. So just because I don't have anybody doesn't mean I'm less than Queen Tans because she does have somebody.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm still worthy of just being by myself. I'm still worthy of friendship with my friends, with my girlfriends. I'm still somebody. I'm still confident, still beautiful. I'm still loving, you know, I'm still peaceful. I'm still all those things. I just don't have that mate just yet. But that doesn't make me ugly or anything like that. I just haven't met him yet.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you think people that go through this during the Valentine's Day, the depression or whatever, feel like, okay, what's wrong with me? Why am I not in a relationship? You know, like, why can't I find somebody? Why can't somebody love on me? Like, what would you say to somebody that's like feeling that way?
But also, Queen Ty, we got to remember what we see on Facebook is not always the truth.
I was about
Hello,
to say
hello,
that, child.
hello.
Period.
They be going through it.
People put up their good moments all the time.
Yes,
That's
Lord.
true.
You know, and it's funny, this meme I saw on Facebook. We want to see when y'all argue. We want to know what's going on when y'all argue too. So put that up too.
Right.
Because all we see is pretty pictures, vacation
Yeah.
pictures. We need to see the
put
real.
Put up everything.
And that's
Exactly.
the question that we really need to answer. Why do you feel the need to put up a front and make yourself seem happy? And then a month later, you on Facebook Live telling everybody you was so miserable. Child, where all the pictures coming
Right.
from? How y'all fake that funk like
Before
that?
your status
just-
change.
Right. I just don't understand. I don't understand why people feel the need to do that, because nobody asked you for that. And we don't validate you. So if you are not happy in a relationship, girl, all your pretty pictures do not mean nothing to us. We want you to be genuinely happy. And I think that's really the bottom line. I think Queen T said it best. You have to be comfortable with yourself. And if you're not comfortable with yourself first, you're always going to be craving somebody else to fill that space or fill that void. And you don't need anybody else. You need to love you. And it sounds so cliche and it sounds more easier said than done, but that's just the time that you need to spend with yourself to get right with yourself. And then you'll be ready for a relationship. Because if you get depressed during Valentine's Day, you ain't ready. You ain't ready.
That's the truth. You ain't ready. That's
ready.
good.
You need to
You
be
ain't
healed.
ready. You
Yeah.
ain't ready.
Because that brings up a point for me. That brings up a point for me when I was in a relationship. You know, when I got out of a relationship, I felt that, you know, like Queen B, when she says like, boy, February coming again. And I used to hate to see them on a corner with the flowers and all of that other stuff, because that bothered me. But until I got comfortable with myself, like going out to dinner by myself, like I would never do that. But now I can do that like within a heartbeat.
Yes.
I can sit in a restaurant and just sit there and eat by myself and don't have a care in the world. And that's because I got comfortable with who I am.
That's right.
So it takes some getting used to get comfortable with yourself. And now I can say that I'm ready.
You don't have to go by yourself. Just call me. I'm always available for a restaurant run.
I got you on speed dial.
That's it.
But not only if you depressed on Valentine's Day, what about Thanksgiving? People be on social media about that. What about now? Everybody's wearing matching PJs for Christmas.
I know, right?
Yeah, that one almost got me. It almost got me.
Always something is always something. So you're gonna always be upset if you're not okay with yourself.
That's
because
right.
they're always posting on every holiday. So
right.
Well, you know, I would love to add to this conversation that for myself, I don't celebrate any holidays. I used to growing up, but when I got a clear understanding and I researched these holidays and what they really meant, Queen Jock, you had a valid point right there that this stuff is man-made and it can put you in a depressed state. And you don't have to be if you really understand what these holidays really mean. And like I said, everything is at our fingertips now. We have cell phones. You can go and Google what does this holiday truly mean. And so for me, none of it bothers me because I don't celebrate it anymore. Sometimes I get a little nostalgia, like I miss putting up the lights and celebrating Christmas like that. But I don't do that anymore, and I don't miss it anymore because now I have understanding. So I think it's important to understand what is it that you're actually celebrating.
Let me ask you,
Queen,
if you're that desperate, are you looking into the dating apps? There's always somebody ready to do something on there.
Wait a minute.
You said if someone is desperate.
I mean,
you said
somebody. I mean, if you really don't want to be alone on these holidays, you can go on these dating apps.
That's desperate though. Maybe somebody that don't have time to date. Is it really desperate?
Somebody is.
But that's what you call it, desperate?
It's like the last line. To me,
it's
like
people who met on the dating app who getting married.
It's like the last line of defense to me. Like, oh, I haven't met anybody in person, so let me just go on this dating app and see what's happening. I've done it. Let's be transparent.
You know I've done it too.
I went on for a day. Yeah. I went on for a day, got scared, got off. But then I was
but for me,
I got so scared. I got off because you know they started to ask you all these questions. It's like the same question to every guy. If you don't like him, you swipe up. You accept whatever like that. So it's like the same. It's like speed dating, and they just ask you the same question. You know, you get tired of answering those same questions and asking the questions to try to get to know them. So I mean that can be tiring too. But I'm just saying that's an option if you don't want to be alone.
I'd rather die of loneliness.
We will, but that was it was entertainment for me. I was bored. I was like, and then listening to my pieces, and they was on it, so I was like, you know, let me see what's
more power to everybody that do it.
But I know some people that was very successful for that.
Met somebody and they got married and things like that. So it does work for some, and it doesn't work for all.
Yeah.
So it's an option for you kings and queens if you're looking for somebody and you don't want to be alone. Go on that dating app. One of them.
I really hope God is not directing me there because I won't never find him. I really hope that is not his fate for me. We'll never get there.
After my divorce, I really did. I went on a date. I was on like 2, and I was out here. I enjoyed it. I met some guys. I was going on dates, honey. I was out here. So I mean, it's for different people. It's for it is. It's for different people. You don't feel like you can find nobody. I tell you one thing: the energy you put out, or what you put out, like Queen T has said in our previous show, what you put out there is what you attract, and it's so true, So I mean, if you feel negative towards it, if you feel like you ain't gonna find nobody, if you feel, you got to start being like, once again, to re-emphasize loving you, making sure you see the diamond in you, and then when you put that out there and that energy out there that you're a diamond, you're not like everybody else. I'm special. You don't treat me like everybody else. I'm an individual. I come with many assets, not liabilities. So I need you to treat me that way. When you put all that energy out there, you get some goodness coming back, and that's just my experience.
Now, Queen Tans, I have a question, because in my community, I know there's a lot of young women dress what I would consider to be inappropriate. And you say what you're putting out there, you're not a liability. You want to be treated in a certain way. Can you expect that from someone when you're putting yourself out there with this particular dress code on? Like, how much can you expect with all of that?
So, I mean, listen, for those that like to dress a little provocative, we know our men are very they pleasures with the
visual.
Eye.
Very visual.
They see, they're very visual. So when they see that, their mind may automatically go to the sexual part of you and wanting to entertain that part. But then I do honestly believe too, there are some very mature brothers out here, mature kings, that will see that young woman and be able to see past that, and also be able to speak worth into her, or just not even just take that physical appearance for all that it is. So I mean, it when you put yourself out there in any capacity, you like you catching fish, you put the bait out there, and you might pull up some good ones, you're gonna pull up some bad ones, but it's on you as to how you decipher through that and the choices you make and what you're willing to deal with. That's what I say.
I would like to chime in. So I can understand how holidays are never the same with loved ones that are lost, because I definitely can relate to that. But with me, when it comes to Valentine's Day, I just love love. Even since I was a little girl, even if I didn't have a little boyfriend at that young, my mother always gave me something, my grandmother, or even my father. So I really just love love. I love Valentine's Day. And even if I'm not in a relationship, I just love it myself. I can take 1,000 selfies and post them. And I just love Valentine's Day. I love the bears, the chocolate covered strawberries, it all. I love it all. So it's just a day of loving on each other. So why not? That's how I feel about Valentine's Day. So I guess it's a little bit different for me.
So Queen, now what are you going to do this Valentine's Day?
I thought you was going to talk about the provocative dressing.
You know, if it's still open, so
I was going to touch on that too, the provocative dressing thing. Like, in all honesty, I used to be really hard when I would see women that would dress in a provocative way. I'd be like, oh no, she's not. But the truth is, you could be fully dressed and be out here and wild. And I've learned to just accept the fact that some people, that's what makes them comfortable. They feel good. They feel sexy. They feel like they're just like, I love to dress like in a sweats or sneakers any day, and a hoodie, and that's me, and a jacket. But that doesn't mean that I'm a lady. That's all from within. I could be fully clothed and be ready to lay down with everybody that same night. So I've learned to not be so judgmental when I see someone, even though as believers, as we all are, we're taught that modesty is how we should carry ourselves in a modest way. But I don't really take it as if she can't find a great man. I know women that dress like that and are on their way to be married.
I know that's right.
But
I think it just comes with limits.
From a man
I think
aspect.
there are definitely limits. Now, men are a whole different animal because, like we said, they look with their eyes, undress you with their eyes, and all that kind of stuff, you know. And that just comes with maturity, and that comes with, you know, respect. And I think that you can definitely, it's okay. You cute, you young, you want to show a little skin. All right, cute. But there's limits, especially with the message that you want to give out. There are definitely limits. But I think however you choose to dress, you deserve respect. So if a man is not willing to give you that, and he's trying to take advantage or take it further than you're verbally telling him you want to, that's not
Some
it.
men like that. That's their preference. So I know you, Tracy, you said, Queen T, you said we're talking about from a male perspective. So okay, so some men, they like that. That's their thing. They want their lady to dress like that.
They want to be.
But are y'all talking about in public or in private?
In public and in private.
Oh, I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Oh.
So before we close out, does anybody have any horror stories? Valentine's Day horror stories?
Wait a minute. Before we even close out, we hadn't heard from Queen Emma on this side.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I celebrate all holidays, and I'm like Nigeria. Growing up, my father made Valentine's Day special, you know, for everybody, you know, because my father was a romantic. And when you grow up with a romantic, that's what you expect. And I find that people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. If you're dealing with somebody and Valentine's Day don't mean nothing to them, so then it doesn't mean nothing to you, then you won't get no gifts. But if you let it be known that you expect something, and then I'm a giver. You know, I'll give you a Valentine's Day gift or birthday gift or Christmas gift because I like giving. And I think because I like giving, I give off that I like giving. And because I give off that I like giving, I get. You understand what I'm saying? So I it's not just Valentine's Day. I like to give out Easter, you know, 4th of July, you know, my birthday. I celebrate my birthday for the 13th of every month and for the whole month of October. So I like celebrating. You know. So I celebrate my birthday before Valentine's Day. Then on Valentine's Day, I celebrate Valentine's Day, you know. So it just, you know, it's just another day to me. I mean, I'm like some of you guys, I'm in love with love, you know. My father, like I said, it's what you used to. My father was a big romantic. My father was the type of man that he would buy my mother gifts just because it was a day that ended with the letter Y. So I got used to that type of treatment. And when you don't treat me that way, then I back off from you. You know, I'm telling you, even now, like my friend will buy me gifts just because it's a day that, you know, he saw something that he thought I liked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, And it doesn't have to be big. I dated a guy one time. I used to love eating devil dogs and wise potato chips and a Pepsi. And you wanted my heart? I know
That's all it took.
But that was my thing. I love me some wise potato chips, a devil dog, and a Pepsi. And I dated this guy like every day. He would come over to my house. He'd bring me some wise potato chips, devil dog, and a Pepsi. And we was the best of friends for years and years. We dated for a long time on wise potato chips. So it's the thought behind it, not necessarily the monetary amount. It's how much you care about me. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I like diamonds and pearls too. Don't think you could just get over on potato chips and a Pepsi. But it's the thought behind your gift. It's the thought behind the occasion. And I'm like a lot of you. If I feel like a date and my partner don't, he worked these crazy hours and he ain't got time to date, I take my own self out to eat. I call my girlfriend and I'm like, listen, we going on a date tomorrow. Be ready. I'll be by to pick you up or come by and pick me up. We going here, we going there. And so, Valentine's Day is wonderful to celebrate love, but I celebrate love every day. It doesn't have to be February the 14th.
Now that's wisdom.
That's wisdom.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's all that need to be said.
Right. Yeah. I also like, Emma, when you had said that, he just gives gifts, just to give them, there's so many different things that guys could do, that he's into you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, you know that he's into you just by the certain things he do. So for all you viewers out there who that maybe was disappointed or had all this kind of different stuff, like our Queen Shay said with the horror stories, listen, if you love you, that's the most important thing.
That's the most important.
Happy. Right. Make yourself happy. And that's coming from the singles perspective and those of us that's in relationships. Make yourself happy, because during this pandemic and during this time, it's so much sadness. There's so many other things going on. You dig deep and find you and find your happiness. Once you do that, everything else gonna fall into place. So don't worry about the man-made holiday and everybody out doing this and like they said, all of the people showing all the good sides of social media. Believe there's other things going on too. So focus on you and the love in you, because remember, there is a queen in all of you viewers and a king. We ain't forget about you kings either. There is a queen and a king in you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Queen's Quarters. We have enjoyed this time with you. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to be coming in and this is the love month. We're going to be still talking about relationships with different aspects thereof. All right. All right, guys, we love you and we look forward to you seeing us and tuning in next week. All right.